This is my favorite way to eat eggs. You know, as you all know, probably eggs are one of the best foods you can eat. And this is my favorite way. This is like the recipe is the Spanish recipe. It's called tortilla. I've made this recipe honestly countless times on my channel, but I like to, you know, do it again because it's like extremely delicious. And it's I mean, honestly, I don't like eggs. Okay, here is the thing. I don't like hard-boiled eggs. I don't like scrambled eggs. I mean, it's not that bad, but it's not like my favorite food. I don't know why, but I feel this way is like one of the best way I like to eat them. So I'm gonna show you real quick. Just cut up some potatoes, put them into a pan with some butter. I am using, in this moment, I am using salted butter, but you can use just a normal butter or olive oil. And don't use seed oil, obviously, I'm not for that. You can use olive oil and add some salt, okay? This was already salted. I've never cooked with salted butter. This is my first time, so I'm gonna try it out. But yeah, you are just gonna let these guys cook. Take a lid and cover it, right? Okay. So once they start to cook and they are kind of ready to eat, we're gonna take the eggs and put them into the pot, and we're just gonna let it cook. For now, I am going to take a bowl where I'm gonna break the eggs. This is a step that can be skipped, but honestly I feel like it is so easy you can do it. So you're basically just gonna crack all the eggs, and instead of just dropping them into the potatoes once they are ready, you're gonna take the potatoes and drop them here. This is useful to basically make the potatoes stick to the egg. Because if you just drop the eggs, I found that they don't really stick together. I don't know why. So if you wanna do the right way, you can do this. But if you're lazy, extremely lazy, you just wanna eat it, well, just drop the eggs into the pan, and that will do the job. So while I crack the eggs, I wanna explain why this recipe is so good. And unfortunately today I don't have the stickers, so you're just gonna have to imagine them. But this recipe contains a good amount of salt and fat, which are always welcome, and we are missing digestibility, acidity, sweetness, and umami. The good thing about potatoes is that once they are cooked, they actually become pretty digestible. So, I mean, we have some digestibility and also a bit umami. Okay, also a little bit sweet because the starches, once they go through the Maillard reaction, they will brown, and that will make them a little bit more sweet. So the Maillard reaction, so the browning of the potatoes will enhance the digestibility and some of the sweetness and also umami. Okay, when you sear, when there is some browning happening, there is also some umami. Yeah, we're just gonna let them cook. Honestly, maybe raise the heat at the beginning, then we lower it down so it doesn't burn. And that's pretty much it. Let's whisk the eggs. And you know, there are many ways you can play with the eggs. People like to add cheese, like Parmigiano Reggiano. I mean, you can do that if you want. I honestly don't. The reason I'm not doing this today is because I don't want to take like this guy. No, where is it? I don't want to dirty this tool because I don't want to clean it. Too much effort, honestly. So I will just keep that. You can also add some milk in here, some heavy cream. You decide. And in my opinion, you can add pretty much anything you want. It goes against some recipe probably, but you know me, I don't like recipes. I don't care if a recipe is requiring something. I will add the ingredients as long as they satisfy the pleasure hypothesis, which I don't have today. But I have a video on that if you're interested on why food tastes good. It's probably in the description. So yeah, these are 6 eggs and they will sit here, and when the potatoes will be cooked, I will add them here. For now, I think I can go away. I'll give this a last stir before going. Toss them around. Alright. That's good. Let's cover it back up. Maybe let's lower the heat, because if I go away, I don't want this to stay in a high heat. So I'll put it back to 5. It's fine. If you have a heat stove, just use medium flame. I don't know how to explain that honestly. So we can put the butter away, and also the eggs. We can throw them away. And if you feel fancy enough, you can also clean up the tools that you will not use. For example, I will not use this. Actually, you know what? Maybe later I will use it for some butter, so I will keep this here. Other than that, I think we're good. We can go away. Or actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna go and have a quick snack. This is my yogurt. So I will prepare some yogurt in a bowl and maybe add some oranges before the omelette, the tortilla is ready. So I have a quick, what's the word? an appetizer. Okay, so we have an appetizer. So this yogurt, I made it myself with a method that is not really talked about anywhere. It involves using the oven, which many people don't use when they make yogurt. They just put it inside the oven to keep the temperature right. I actually use the oven, so if you're interested in that method, I have a free video, you can check the link in the description and also check the other links if you care. But yeah, this is fucking amazing, honestly. It is also good for your gut microbiome, which always helps your health and your cravings. Gut microbiome is something that is really important. You probably know if you are into health. Alright, so this is enough. And I can put this back into the fridge. Super easy method, by the way. Like, it is crazy how not many people talk about this. So I'll take a paper towel so I can put the peels inside it and throw it away very quickly. So take the top off, and from here we can go with the hands. Alright, so let's take these slices and cut them up inside it. And we have a, you can call this a dessert. I'll call it an appetizer, honestly, because I'm gonna eat it before the eggs. Chop them up very roughly, it doesn't need to be precise. And I like to have a lot of fruit in my yogurt because it, like, you know, it's sweeter. If I have like a few pieces, small pieces in my yogurt, it's just gonna taste like plain, boring yogurt, which is good. I mean, especially if you make it yourself. I don't know why, it just tastes better. Like, it doesn't taste that plain for some reason. I guess like in the yogurt facilities they fucking cook the milk so much that I don't, loses the flavors. I don't know, honestly, I have no idea. But it tastes better when you do it yourself. Alright, so I'm gonna leave a few slices because I wanna eat them by themselves. And this will be cut up here. Let's go. So let's wash my hands and take a spoon. Let's mix everything. So if you will ever make this this recipe, heads up, you will probably mess the salt amount. Okay, you will probably put too little salt. I usually, myself, even if I know that, I usually don't put enough salt in the recipe. That's fucking delicious. So this time I used salted butter, but I don't know how salty it was. I will have to taste the potatoes later. I don't know, I am predicting that I will need to add some salt even in the eggs, okay? So usually it turns out very bland. Keep in mind that if it doesn't turn out good, it is not the ingredient selection, it is probably just the salt, okay? Most of the cases it is the salt, it is the amount of fat you used. Like, you maybe didn't use enough fat because you're trying to do a low-fat diet for some reason. Alright, I'm gonna finish up the yogurt. Catch you when I have the potatoes ready. Oh shit, sorry if I just realized now I was recording not wide angle, and I fixed it, hopefully. I hope I didn't like mess up the footage too much and you could still see what I was doing. Anyway, I just checked the eggs, I just tasted one, and even if you look at them, like look at the biggest one and try to crush it, look at how it feels. I mean, it feels soft. You can also take a bite, take one and try. I mean, they're alright. Honestly, if I want to be honest with you, I usually cook them even more, and I cook them honestly with a bit more fat. In fact, I think I will add it when I add the eggs. Also, I took a bite and they were not very salty, so I will add some salt in the eggs. And I also forgot to mention one thing, which is the reason, like, why did I cover it with a lid? Is the lid necessary? So what the lid allowed you to do is that, okay, first off, let's drop the potatoes here. Alright, so let's move them around a little bit. And you don't want to use a plastic container for this because I fear it will get too hot. No, actually, it's not really. Anyway, I was saying, you usually want to use a lid because the lid allows it allows the pan to be kind of a mini oven. It sounds weird, but when you put a lid on, okay, you kind of create a hot environment. The steam that is escaping from the potatoes, because every fucking food you eat will have some water in it, especially potatoes. Like, potatoes are extremely water filled, like they're full of water, okay? So usually when you cook something in a pan, it will release water, and if you don't have a lid on, the water will evaporate. But if you have a lid on, the water will stay in, and this is a good thing for two reasons. So the first one is that as long as there is enough water and, you know, moisture, the food you are trying to cook will not burn, okay? Because stuff cannot burn in water. And the second good reason is because the steam that is escaping will heat up the top part of the potatoes, okay? If I didn't have the lid on, the potatoes here would have cooked on the bottom mainly. Yes, also on the top because the heat, you know, spreads. But if you have a lid on, it is more of a mini oven, as I said before. So take a few sprinkles, I don't know how much. I hope this is enough. Also, if you wanna add some spices, you can do that. Honestly, you can do that when you're cooking the potatoes. You can do it right now. I do it right now because I forgot before. I like to add some black pepper for no specific reason. This is not a requirement. Actually, none of what you're seeing here, except the potatoes, the fat and the salt, are a requirement. But I like some pepper because I grew up with it and I like the spice. But again, if you have a favorite spice of yours, I don't know, some curry, some anything, you can add it in. You don't have to add this. So I will take some olive oil and add it to the pan. Because why not? I mean, it is not necessary because I have a non-stick pan. So let's add, this amount is good. Alright. So the pan is oiled up and I think we can, I mean, let me mix the thing here because I added the salt and the pepper. Alright, and now just drop that into the pan. Bam, that's it. So now the things that you can do, and by the way, look at the oil that spilled over. This is why it was kind of useless. I mean, I don't dislike this, I will keep it anyway. But the things you can do now are two. So you can use medium heat, like the same heat you used before, and cover it. And once you think the bottom is cooked enough, you will turn it over by using a lid, and it's a bit of a mess. The second thing you can do is use a very, very low heat and wait a lot of time. This will unfortunately take more time than the first method, but you can just wait and let the top part cook by itself because we have the lid. You cannot do this without a lid, so yeah, you decide the method. And since I have not much time, I think I'll raise the heat and let it cook faster. Maybe I will turn it over later. Alright, so meanwhile that is cooking, we can cook, we can clean the kitchen if you want, so we don't have to do it later. But as you just realized, I didn't create that much of a mess because I just used one pan, I just used one bowl and not anything else. So that's the good thing about my cooking style, you know. I don't use many stuff. This stuff that you see me cook in every video is really optimal if you just want to live a healthier life, because I'm not eating any processed ingredient, I'm not eating any ugly ingredient, and I've gone through a lot of, you know, time through a diet, you know, what's the best nutrition plan, what's the best, you know, ingredients to use, what you should avoid. And at the end of the day, I mean, there is some better diet than the other, honestly, I feel like there is, but the general rule is that as long as you eat clean food, okay, something that your grandparents could have ate, so basically whole food that you cook by yourself, like when you eat whole food, you just did the 80% of the job, okay? You don't have to worry about anything else, honestly. You can choose to be on a ketogenic diet, you can choose to be on an omnivore diet, animal-based, you decide, honestly. But as long as you take out the junk food, you will lose or gain weight. If your goal is bulking or if your goal is cutting, you will lose weight in a steady and also tasty way, okay? This is tasty as fuck. I don't know how many people, I don't know why people don't eat clean if it is this fucking tasty. Maybe this is an important part, you know, of dieting and losing or gaining weight. You have to enjoy your food, because if you think that having a good diet is just abstaining from junk food and all the pleasurable food, I mean, that's in part right, because you're not going to McDonald's, but I would not consider this like bland or not tasty, okay? I would consider this extremely fucking good, okay? So if you think dieting is boring or I don't feel full, okay, no, it's just you're not eating the right things. If you just go by the calorie in, calories out, very common thing in weight loss, you will make your life harder, honestly. This meal probably has the same calories of two burgers of McDonald's, you know? Actually, let me count you exactly how many calories are in this meal. So I managed to get 1,300 calories out of this whole giant pan, okay? So basically two burgers from McDonald's, you know, those fucking bullshit burgers that don't fill you up, they actually make you hungry. Two of them have the same calories of half a kilogram of potato, 6 eggs, some butter and olive oil, some salt. If you choose these, you will feel satiated and you will feel better, okay? So just go for the healthy stuff, bro. Don't worry about, like, don't stress over junk food. Don't even have cheat days, in my opinion. If there is like a crazy special occasion, yeah, I guess you can do that, but honestly I stick to real food. I think that's the best change you can do in your diet. And if you are going through a body transformation yourself, I'm glad you're doing, and if you want my help, at the moment I'm doing it for free, so just hit me up on the comments or on my email. I'll see what I can do. Yeah, I'm gonna let this cook. I'll catch you when it is ready. Alright, so I think it is kind of cooked underneath, and remember I used the medium heat, so the first method, and if I don't turn it around, I fear it is going to burn underneath. So I'll take a plate and do the trick. If you want to avoid this step, which is kind of you know, stressing if you are just starting out cooking, I think you can just lower the heat and let it cook for more time. So basically you put the plate over the pan, you take this, I don't know, here maybe, and you kind of flip it, and be careful because something will drip out usually. If it doesn't, well, better. Okay, it didn't. So lift the pan, if I can, without. Alright, so yeah, it is cooked underneath, so I'm gonna slide it over the pan once again. Between this part and the plate, there is some raw egg, so when I slide it in, it will slush some egg. Let's see if it does. Oh no, actually, it went pretty well. Okay, this is probably my best fucking flip. Don't expect this to be perfect the first time if you are doing this for the first time, because you will mess up a little bit. Alright, so we can let this cook. Now there is no need to cover it because the top part is already cooked. And yeah, like a few minutes, the underside will cook very quickly. But I'm gonna just wait, I don't know, 2 minutes. I don't fucking know, you decide the time. You can wait 2 minutes. This is the thing about timing I don't like about cooking videos and tutorials. There is no really specific precise timing. I mean, unless you are doing some factory perfect, precision, always the same, consistent texture, there is no need to stress about the timings. How much should I wait to let the underside cook? You can wait 1 minute. I could take this out right now, honestly. There will be no fucking change. You can wait 5 minutes, maybe it will be overcooked a little bit, but there is no problem. You can wait as much as you fucking want. As long as it doesn't burn, you can wait as much as you want. I just needed to get this out of the way because I see many people overcomplicate cooking. And that's what I fucking hate about the internet videos about cooking. They overcomplicate things. They make you feel like you have to wait this exact amount of time, and many people get overwhelmed, me included, because when I was first starting to learn about cooking, I just saw the people advising you to, use this spice blend, use these ingredients, use these, wait this time, use this setting. When I became kind of, fluent in cooking and I started, feeling more confident experimenting out of the recipe, I realized that most of the recommendations of ingredients, of timings, of settings, of methods were kind of all bullshit, okay? And this is what I want you to understand. So if you are overwhelmed by cooking and you don't cook because you think it's too hard, just dial it down a little bit and you will thank me for that, because it will make your life easier. So it is cooked now. We can slide it inside like this, or you can also do the same as before. I want to see how it cooked under, so I'm gonna do this. See, it is a bit raw, so what I can do is eat it like this, because honestly, oops. It's kind of cooked, yeah. It can be cooked more, but honestly, this is fine, so I will keep it this way. But if you wanted it more cooked, for example, I could just do this and flip this back. That's it. How hard was that? So you can either do that, or you can just slide it in like this. And that's it. We can cut through the omelette to see how it cooked inside. And look at that. It's amazing. It looks like a fucking pie. I love this recipe. Alright, and we are done. So let's put this on the table. And if you have any feedback, let me know. Like, I would really appreciate some feedback on anything. Literally, you can criticize, you can tell me what you like the video, you can ask me some question, you decide, okay? Hey, guess what? It is missing salt. I can't believe this. I always miss the salt. So that's kind of it. I hope you enjoyed. Like the video if you like the video, subscribe, and bye bye.
Hey, Vsauce! Michael here. What's normal? Are you normal?